Can you believe that it's already December? I mean, it seems like only yesterday it was last December.
We now have entered into the season of lights, feasts, gifts, and gatherings. But little did I know that no matter where you go on Earth, from ancient Rome to rural Japan to the remote Arctic, you'll find that all those people have all been celebrating the same thing around this time of year. Long before Christmas, long before Hanukkah, long before modern calendars even existed.
What were they celebrating? Not a birthday, not a victory on the battlefield, not even a new year.
They were celebrating the reappearance of the sun.
But wait, why did it disappear in the first place?
About 4.5 billion years ago, when Earth was still young and molten, a Mars-sized protoplanet named Theia is believed to have slammed into Earth. The impact was so violent that part of Earth and Theia melted and fused. A huge amount of debris was blasted into orbit, and that debris eventually formed the Moon. And because the collision wasn't a perfect head-on hit, it struck at an angle, it tilted the Earth. That tilt is still with us today, 23.5 degrees.
Without that tilt, the Earth would be a very different place. There'd be no seasons. We wouldn't even be able to celebrate the upcoming winter solstice. But what exactly is the winter solstice?
Scientifically, the winter solstice is the day with the shortest daylight of the year, when the northern hemisphere is tilted farthest away from the sun.
But before we had telescopes and star maps and physics equations, imagine what the disappearance of the sun did to the ancient people.
Every day they see the sun rising later, setting earlier, and sinking lower and lower in the sky. And in a world without electricity, heat, or grocery stores, that was terrifying. I mean, what if the sun never reappeared? What if the world never warmed back up?
So civilizations all over the world who didn't know of each other, who didn't speak the same language, or even have the same religion, they all did the same thing. They tracked the sun very carefully.
They built monuments to track it, and many of the most famous structures on Earth are aligned precisely in the winter solstice sunrise. Stonehenge in England, Newgrange in Ireland, Machu Picchu in Peru, and the Pyramid of the Sun in Mexico, to name a few.
Monuments separated by oceans, thousands of years, and different religions, all pointing at the same day.
Then, once they could see with absolute certainty that the sun had reached its lowest point and was turning back towards them, they lit fires, cooked feasts, and celebrated like their lives depended on it. Because in a way, they did. The winter solstice was the promise that the light was returning. The day would grow longer, the animals would return, and the crops would grow again.
If you think about it, they weren't celebrating darkness. They were actually celebrating the first signs of the darkness ending.
Whether it's Christmas, Yule, Hanukkah, Diwali, or even Festivus, or even just a winter party, all of them orbit the same idea.
The light is coming back.
In fact, while the exact date of Jesus' birth is not known, early Christians chose December 25th to coincide with the solstice as a symbol that light had entered the world. The solstice isn't just a date.
It's humanity's oldest reminder that even in the darkest of seasons, the world is turning towards brighter days.
For Central Oregon Daily News, I'm Scott Elness.